Good morning, everyone. This is Chart Sniper again at the weekend review. So this is being recorded on 29th Sunday, August, and we'll be discussing about the market outlook for August 30th all the way to September 3rd. So the critical things here, right? So there might be a fight between two things that will be happening this week. One is the month-end profit booking that happens on 31st. So if some few stocks rallied quite a bit, obviously there will be a little bit of profit booking towards the month end. And the first of the month, there will be new funds flowing in. So there might be a pop in the market. Some traders typically try to wait until that pop happens for the sell-off to trigger if they want to pull back a little bit. So in this video, I might break down to two videos because the length of the videos that I was making was quite long. So I'll be discussing indices in one video and then individual stocks in the other video. So this is a video where a quick walkthrough of the indices will happen, and let's jump right in for this week. So let's start with SPY. Very strong week overall. Whatever happened last week, all the indices participated quite a bit, so that's a good thing for the overall market. And I think almost all indices are marching towards all-time high. So a quick look at sector performance, right? This is, you can go to sector spider, and all the sectors participated very well on Friday. And let's go and look at the tracker for the last 5 days. Okay, so utilities were lagging, technology did good, energy did quite well in the last 5 days. So overall full participation. And when we go and look at some of these indices, so quickly SPY made a new all-time high for the week. Okay, and everything looks good for me. The trend is upward above 5 and 8 averages. It hit the resistance of the upper Bollinger Band, like here that happened. So there might be some more push higher and then some consolidation that happens. So typically it's not wasting any time from any dip buying happens to hit to the upper Bollinger Band, and the volume was very decent too. Overall, the weekly volume was less in SPY, but new highs are always good for the overall market. And then when we'll go and look at Dow Jones, diamonds, or you can look at. So it was actually, it tried to go to all-time high and then pull back, and it's coming back stronger, which is also good. There is still some more room for it to run. Okay. And even on weekly chart, it's looking very strongly bullish, and there is some more room for Dow Jones to run. So SPY does not have much room, but still it is expanding higher, so there will be room to go higher. DIA has some more room to go, and let's go and look at small cap. That was a very great comeback for small cap after being so bearish. It also hit that, and looks like the it's expanding Bollinger Band, so which is very good. This was the only sector, small caps, that was not participating, and now it is participating. So weekly has more room to upside until unless it starts giving here. So small caps also turning bullish. And we can go to tech stocks, tech sector, Nasdaq, QQQ. I'm picking some different things here. I might use sometimes comp, other times QQQ, but yeah, they all try to kind of follow the same thing. So let's stick to QQQ for tech stocks. So as you can see, the point that I would like to make here is trend is bullish above 5 EMA, 5 days EMA. So you don't need to call tops in this market. Why? Because when you see long trends happening here, every time a new high is made, there'll be people who try to call the tops, okay, and try to short the market. So that's not the right way to do. You just need to kind of follow the trend. The trend is upward, and then you might not be adding towards the highs, but always when the pullbacks comes here like this, you can add at those pullbacks than adding at the highs. Okay, there is a good chance that when you add, it might go down, but when you are adding, you know that it might go down. Okay, so yeah, overall looks bullish. One point I would like to make here is when we look at this pullback in March that happened and take twice that, which is a 200%. So that comes around to be 379-ish. Okay. So that's what QQQ is heading towards. Typically, whenever these pullbacks happen, say 200% retracement is quite common. So there is a little bit more room for it to go to 279, 280-ish. Okay. Same thing in SPY too. So when we go and look at weekly chart, the March move that happened here, right? A 200% is at 460-ish. Okay. So 456 to 460-ish is where, there might be, some struggle for it to continue higher. But yeah, people who got this dip would like to at least make 200% out of it. That's the kind of um, thing. And it's pretty common statistically to make the similar kind of move to the upside. Okay. So I will not worry too much about the pullback as long as it's staying above 5 days moving average, and some long-term resistances are at around 457 and 460-ish. Okay, always you have to be very cautious with controlling the position size that you have, as the market has been chugging along higher without a major pullback for so long, that whenever the pullback happens like this, typically that can take away multiple days of a rally. For example, when you go and look at it daily. So when you look at this pullback that happened for 4 days, it almost took the range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and almost 15, like all the way until this time, right? So close to 2 weeks of gains were just given away by a very sharp pullback. So you have to be ready for that kind of pullback, especially when you're planning your positioning to the long side and maintaining your portfolio. Okay, so SPY looks good, a little bit more room to go to 457 and 460. QQQ looks good. I think whatever I projected was from March of this year. So I think let's see if it wants to go to that level of 390-ish. Okay, and IWM is back. Good that it is back to 34-ish. And while we are analyzing so yeah, some more room to run. So quickly, you can see that in Dow Jones there is room to run, and in IWM you need to we have room to run, whereas QQQ and SPY are a little bit extended, but still a little bit more room to run. So you pick and choose the stocks that you want to play. Especially in DIA, there are very only 30 stocks, so that's very good. Small ETF where you could quickly go through those and pick the strength if you want to play for that high things. Okay. Now looking at VIX. VIX has been lower. It tried to do the pops higher here, and it's quickly giving it off. 16 is a very normal range. 16 to 15 or 14 is a very normal range. But whenever it goes to those kind of extremes, that's one of the reason where you need to be cautious. Okay, you just need to be aware that the option prices are not that expensive in this context, that volatility has been very low. But suddenly they spike like this that happened might instigate some high volatility in option like IV increase in options. Okay, so this as of now do not show any concern, but as soon as it comes to that 15 level, there might be a way to there might be a way for the markets to look higher. So let's go and look at SKEW. SKEW is very elevated, and I think it's around 162, which is very high. So what it means is it means a lot and lots of caution that you have to uh, take into account for when planning your portfolio, how much bullish it is, how many trades that you have towards long side. You try to kind of reduce the number of positions that you have. If you are holding 100, maybe reduce it to 50 or 20. And if you are positioned, come to more upside move like high delta towards upside, you probably need to convert them into neutral delta, which is like playing some iron condors and also have some negative deltas also in place. But yeah, it's extremely high, it's overbought, and the skew says that a two standard deviation move to is pretty is quite expected. That's what it says. So very high elevated. Typically, when this is this high or above 145, it's better to have some hedges in place or control your portfolio towards long side. Okay. So that quickly concludes the market overall, like major indices and stuff. Let's quickly look at Bitcoin. So I like the way it is consolidating above the 20 weeks average here, 42,500-ish. So as long as it's between these two ranges, it means consolidation, sideways consolidation. The more times it spends here, the more probability of it for to break to upside. Okay, so a quick up move is quite possible always, but it has to cross this 51,493 level to get more bulls participating in that upward move. Okay, so looks like daily has room to run to that level. Let's see, but overall the trend on weekly and daily is bullish. um, so let's stick to the trend. And Ethereum, nice bullish almost engulfing candle, a reversal candle there, similar to Bitcoin. So looks like when it crosses that 33,365 level, then it has room to go to 3,500-ish. That will be first resistance, and then let's see how it behaves at that spot 3,500-ish. Okay, but above this 61.8 is where you can be confident that the bullish trend has resumed, and in between 61 and 38 it just sideways consolidation that's happening, which is good. it need after this big move, it needs some consolidation to happen there. So I like adding at probably here itself, like whenever there is a pullback. Like if you are in a uh, aggregation mode or accumulation mode, yeah, maybe like selling this zone and buying this zone, or even buying here in this zone is better. So these look very constructive. And let's go on to discuss a similar coin. As I said, earnings was really good. There was an unfair sell-off, touched the 50 days average. It's bouncing and very nice candle towards the end. So the gap fill of earnings is at 274, but I think 266 is the first resistance and then 274 for the gap fill. So let's see how it handles this gap. Okay, and any attempt to fill that gap might mean that bulls are still alive, and it might follow this established channel towards making those highs. Okay, so let's see how coin behaves. Weekly looks pretty strong and bullish. So let's conclude this session because it was mostly overview of indices and Bitcoin. So I'll stop here and then I'll make another video of individual stocks. Okay. So have a great rest of the week, and yeah, this is a long weekend is about to come. A lot of people will be off the week after this week, so trading volume might be very low in that week. So don't go too bullish by buying short-term calls for September 3rd and September 13th expirations. Okay, sorry, September 3rd and September 10th expirations. So there might not much action happening. There'll be a lot of action happening next week, but not much happening in the short week. Okay. So yeah, hope that was helpful. Uh, See you in the next video where I discuss stocks. Okay.